I would like to kind of go on now a little bit on what you're currently doing. For those of you who don't know, GG Network is hosting a WSOP Super Circuit online series. I think it has around 100 million in guarantees altogether. There are like 18 rings up for grab, right? WSOP rings up for grabs. Like for those of you who don't know, I don't know, Boris Becker is the official ambassador for the series, for example. And it's basically ongoing. It's going on right now. It started on May 3rd and it's going to conclude on May 31st. The reason I'm mentioning this is because Francesco is also participating in the series. You're being sponsored by BetKings and you are actively playing it, and you already had some nice success, right? And you also have a lot of opportunities, so to speak. So yeah, tell us a little bit about this. How did it start? Like what were the first impressions? What was the big, not even a score yet, but a good jumping point for where there's going to be a lot of opportunities, right?
Right. So we are in partnership with BetKings. It's one of the partners of GG. So and it's very interesting because they offer a platform where you can play casino, you can bet on esports, on sports, and also play poker. It's interesting because I met them because they were in Vienna as well. They were in one of the live tournaments in Vienna, and I don't know, they gave me also somehow a sense of community that is always interesting while you play. And together with them we are streaming. So we are streaming for 9 times during this GG tournament. So not every tournament, but 9 of them. We stream on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sundays. So we did already 2 weeks, and we have 2 more weeks.
Okay.
It's interesting because, well, first of all, I have to say, the differences with live is that one thing is that the field is much bigger. So, of course, if the field is much bigger, what it means is that, let's say, if in live you have 500 people in a tournament, the times that you go all in and you play for your tournament live are, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, let's say. If you go very far, maybe 7 or 8. But in an online tournament, if you have 4,000 people playing, the times that you go all in and you play for your tournament live are maybe 20 times. So let's say the variance, or let's call it, more bluntly, the amount of luck that you need to have is much higher in order to go on. Of course, if you make mistakes, if you're not a good player, luck is not going to help. But even if you are a good player, you still need a much higher amount of luck than you would need live. So, and that's one thing. In terms of, so we played at the moment we were. In the first 2 weeks, we were ITM in two times out of the 6 that we streamed. Not big money for now. The best result was I was first in one tournament, which is the main event. So I was first in my day 1, which means I qualified with a very good stack for day 2. Day 2 is going to be on Sunday, 31st of May. And I have 75 big blinds, which is very good, very playable stock for that time. Of course, as I always say to myself, and I'm not streaming alone, I stream through the channel of Marina Hakskevich. She's the very good poker player from Belarus, number 1 among female poker players in Belarus. Her channel is Marina Poker Star with double R at the end on Twitch.
So just to say it again, Marina Poker Star with a double R on the end. Feel free to check it out, everyone. They have like a really entertaining and educational content. And I speak from experience because I have watched it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And it's true, we try not to stream only the game, but also to discuss the game, to discuss hands. We invite guests during the streaming. So we try to make it a little bit of a show, right? And not only a traditional stream. So as I was speaking, the main event. So the main event is going to be on Sunday the 31st. And yes, we have lots of hope on that, but we also have hopes on the next two tournaments, which are the Bounty Hunters on this Tuesday, and on Thursday we play also another tournament for 500. So these are the tournaments we're still gonna play. Until now, I have to say, I'm happy, very happy, and hopeful for the main event. For the other tournaments, 2 ITMs out of 6 is normally a very good rate. But of course, it also depends on the amount of money you get. So, I mean, it wasn't so high.
Yeah, obviously.
For now, it's okay. But as I say, I mean, normally in online, you don't play one tournament. When you play one tournament, you play many tournaments at the same time because of the field is so big. So one tournament is to get close to the money. The second tournament is to get in the money. The third tournament, when you are in the money, oftentimes there are still 500 people left. So it would be like in a live tournament, it would be just the beginning, right? So basically, that's how you are. Even now on the main event, I'm very hopeful we are in position number 30 overall. But there are already 800 players qualified.
For day 2.
So basically, we play a second tournament on day 2. We will see.
So it really is a marathon, right? In terms of that.
It is. It is an ultra marathon.
So like, are you going to play all the events, or I don't know exactly, like, are you going to play all the events at the WSOP?
Okay, so that's interesting. I'm not going to play all the events because as I was explaining,
some are really high rollers even, right? Like 25.
Yeah, the high rollers are beyond my bankroll, but even on the other events, I don't play all of them because some of them are at the same time.
And you mentioned you try to.
And I said I prefer to focus on one, maximum 2. But for example, if I wasn't qualified for the main event, I would play the main event PLO. The buy-in is the same. I played PLO, and in fact, in cash game last year, I was more successful in PLO than in Hold'em. But in this case, since day 2 is going to play at the same time of the Hold'em main event, and I have such a good stack in main event, I prefer just to focus on that. I will be also on stream, and that's going to be it.
Yeah. And you're streaming tomorrow and on Thursday, right? You said
right.
to.
That's right.
So,
right.
Well, I definitely
9 p.m. or 9 p.m. Central European
time. Yeah. Well, I definitely wish you all the best of luck in all those tournaments.
Thank you so much.
And it sounds like a really interesting event. There's a lot of things going on. There are like huge fields. How are you finding the games? Like, are they are they wild? Are people like tighter, maybe with the higher buy-ins, or is it just all over the place? What's your experience from?
In one word, crazy. In one word, crazy, because I think the ranges are way wider than what I find in live. Especially, at the beginning of maybe the first 2 hours, people are still careful. But then after a certain point, it's just there is lots of craziness going on.
So basically, go ahead.
No. I just want to mention that for example, when I've seen hands even at the beginning of the tournament that were surprising for me as a live player, because when you have 100 big blinds or even more, sometimes you don't go all in with ace king. Ace king is a strong hand. There is no doubt. Everyone agrees. But is not necessarily a winning hand. I mean,
true.
If you go all in for 100 big blinds. So live, I don't in 1.5 years. I don't remember. I've never seen in 1 year of playing someone going all in with ace king for 100 big blinds in tournament.
Okay.
But online, I've seen it many times.
Okay. So we can definitely say that if you focus, the games are profitable, right? Online.
Sure. Absolutely. I think again, you need to be ready to have to stand the high variance, to stand the very big fields. But I think the game can be profitable as well. Yes.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, everybody's invited. Like, if you want, do join the WSOP circuit on GG Network. They have some amazing tournaments. The games are crazy, as Francesco said. They're even doing I think COVID charity event, which is a really nice gesture, and much needed in these times. And yeah, as I said, I wish you all the best of luck in those tournaments.